Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. We are at Arapahoe Bowling Center in Greenwood Village, Colorado. I'm Nick Lasource with my fill-in color analyst, Mr. Ken Bailey. Ken and I have known each other a long time, and the reason we're doing this, folks, believe it or not, the normal color man, Nolan Carruthers, has actually made the top 8. Now, don't pass out. I know that it's hard to believe. You're actually going to see exactly how he bowls after 3 years, so don't get your hopes up. Just going to tell you that right now. But no, top 8, great field today. Winner today gets $2,361. From what I'm hearing from the guys that made the cut and from the guys that did not make the cut, they thought the shot was pretty fair. What did you think, Ken? Because you bowled on it.
Well, when I bowled on it was on the fresh.
Fresh, okay.
So, I mean, where I ended up playing was way out on the outside 3-4 boards.
Okay.
By the time I did find it, of course, but it was a 4th game by the time I found it. So, but coming in here today and my wife bowling the semis, these things are dry.
Yeah, they tend to do that. But in this pattern, though, you get everybody's going to be bumping into about 18. Though it looks like the bowlers that did really well made that move. So, all right, we're ready for round 1 matches. The bowler on the left, the higher seeded player, is going to lead. So we have Mr. Lawson leading off lane 1, Giovanni Capasso lead off lane 3, and Carmen Davis will lead off on lane 5. Again, the 3 that do not advance in this round, Ken, they'll each get $150. And then they move on. The next round, the worst they can do is $408. And then 715, 1230, and our winner today, 2361. And our other good buddy, Mr. Johnson, who, believe it or not, he told me he's never going to bring his wife back again. That's not going to happen.
I highly doubt that.
I don't think so. Nice try, though, Darryl. Now, the gentleman you're seeing here on lane 3, folks, is Johnny Capasso. Johnny has an interesting story. He's from the same hometown as Amleto Monticelli. In fact, they are cousins. Wow. And Johnny came to this country about 15, 18 years ago, right around when the Masters started in 95. And then moved to Florida. And then, unfortunately, found out that his father was very ill, so he moved back to South America. And, of course, unfortunately, his dad passed. But then with all the restrictions on people coming back into the country, believe it or not, it took Johnny 8 years to get back here. So he's been here for about a year now. Got a great job living with his sister in Littleton. It's great to see Johnny back. He's a great player.
Very good player.
And a lot of fun. He really is.
Oh, now we got Mr. Nolan on lane 6.
Oh, here we go, folks. This is it. Don't get crazy now.
Don't get scared.
Look at this guy, huh? And 2 people clapped. Did you see that? Believe it? All right.
Okay. It's like 3 and 4 is going to be a strike fest.
All right. We did get 7 and 8 back, so we'll have that for practice, which will be nice.
That's good, yeah.
Mr. Kern came into this thing, got it fixed. Folks, you're going to love this place. For those of you in the Denver metro area, Arapahoe Bowling Center opened up in 1985, I believe, the year that I got into town. It was a 40-lane bowling center.
Wood.
It
was wood.
Yeah,
I loved it back then.
They still were back then in the early, mid-'80s. But Vernon Gench was the owner at the time. His son, Fred, is now the owner, proprietor. Tyson Lundquist, general manager. They did a major renovation here probably about 12 years ago. All new synthetics at the time. Changed the counters, pro shops, bar, snack bar, all that stuff. But it was over $1 million renovation, and they did it themselves, which saved them even more money. They took out, it was a 40-lane center. Now, back then, they weren't filling the house one shift a night. So they made a decision to take 8 lanes out and put in an arcade with a small ball, a little added feature to generate some revenue. And in the last 3 years or 2 years, this place has absolutely gone crazy. It is wall to wall almost every night. So a decision was made by those two gentlemen to put the 8 lanes back in. When they do that, then they're going to put brand new synthetics through all 40 lanes. They're going to redo the bar. They're going to redo the counters. They're going to redo the pro shop area. It's going to be beautiful.
Wow.
If you live in the southern part of Denver, or even if you're up north and you want to come down and check it out, they're going to begin the remodeling the first week of May, and they hope to be done within 4 weeks, 5 weeks probably. When the national doubles is here with us, we'll have a curtain up, and we'll actually use 30 lanes of the 32 that exist now, and once we're done, then they'll continue on their remodeling. But what a great place.
And you've already got 40 teams for the NFL.
Unbelievable. Yeah, the NFL league, the Scratch League that bowls here on Wednesday nights, obviously for the last couple of years, has been 32 teams of 4, bowling 4 games. And now with the additional 8 lanes added, they decided, well, we only have 32 NFL teams. How do we expand it? So we said, okay, we're going to put in 8 college teams.
All right.
And we're going to put 2, 4 in the AFC, 4 in the NFC. So to get us our 40 teams. When we went to the meeting the last night, which was last Wednesday, we already had 40 teams and a waiting list.
Wow.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It is a great league. It's really a lot of fun. Okay, Nolan missed a single pin spare. Now he's got the 3, 6, 7, 10.
Yeah, he missed the 10 on the last.
Okay, yeah.
Jason's got a turkey.
Yeah.
Going for 4.
And Johnny's grinding. He made that split, though. But this is one of the closer matches. The Schmidt-Capasso match is only 3-pin difference. Kelly Lawson and Codell. Kelly spot and Codell 16 on 1 and 2. And then Carmen Davis. He's bowling Nolan Carruthers, and Nolan is spotting Carmen 20. Ooh, floated out. Not only my favorite chop is the 6 off the 10.
I was going to say
that's 10 off the 6.
That's what's been happening all day. Is the 6 pin's been getting chopped off?
Sure.
Because everything's hooking up. So to see that one float wide, that's kind of shocking.
Codell Charvat, lane 1. He's from Fort Collins. Bowls out of Tom Kreitz's place, I believe.
Fairly new.
Sweetheart? Tom Kreitz's place? Sweetheart Lanes?
Highland.
No. That's Greeley. That's Ed Dynas's place. Tom Kreitz
I'm
in
not sure
Loveland.
then.
Yeah, I think it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sweetheart. And that's where he bowls with his son, Dylan. Kelly Lawson lives in Westminster, bowls out of Wheat Ridge.
Been on a royal
Yes,
tear.
he has. He's been hot. And of course, Johnny used to do his bowling at Bolero, and any of the big scratch leagues at the time. And of course, Jason, he bowls that big men's league at Sierra Vista or Zone Wheat Ridge on Tuesday nights. Carmen and her husband Matthew, actually, at one point, they were first and second. They had to bowl each other for a title,
Right,
which was hysterical. I loved the hell out of it. But poor Carmen just ran out of gas. And I told her she'd let him off easy, but we'll see. And then she's bowling Nolan. Hold. Come on.
Oh, half over.
Yeah. And, missed both of them. All right, Kelly Lawson with 68 in the 4th, working on a spare. Codell conceivably can have 57 in the 4th. So technically he's still up 5 or 6 pins. Gets 16, down 11, so 5-pin lead. Okay, Johnny goes right at it. 78 in the 4th with a spare to Jason's 86 in the 4th with an open. So that's only an 8-pin difference. And Johnny's getting 7, so that's damn
nice
near
shot.
Right on the button. Good shot by Codell. All right, Jason comes right back after that. Chopped the 10 off the 6, so he's got 3-bagger, chop, strike. And let's see.
Well, in his semis, he was practically leading the whole thing after 2.
And then that third game killed
In
him.
the third game, yeah. I mean,
What do you have, like 5 splits, I think?
Yeah.
Something like that. Crazy.
I couldn't believe he even survived it.
Yeah. Well, he had such a big lead.
Yeah.
He still snuck in, really, to the top 8. Jason Schmidt, that's going to be close. And yes, nice job. And I'll tell you the difference between him and Scotty Myers. Scotty Myers did that last night. 17. Poor guy.
Totally believe it.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I was actually shocked Scotty didn't make it.
Yeah.
Because he
threw the
loves
ball
playing
good.
the outside.
Yeah, and he threw the ball good. Mr. Carruthers leaves the big 4, so maybe he'll show you folks at home how to make it. That's the second split on the left lane or the right lane, so he's going to have to make an adjustment there.
Yeah, he's talking to himself.
The thing that scares me when he does that, he gets answers.
Yeah, I was yelling at him during the third game of semis because he was letting loose on his emotions a little too much. And
He's
told him
really,
to cut it out.
really been struggling for quite a while now.
Yeah, between the two of us. Yeah, we keep having little side gestures as far as, okay, now you got me on this. Because I'm 2 years out from my last win. He's
3. Yeah, probably.
And we're both just falling like rocks.
Yeah, so we're at the end of April, so a third of the year has gone by, and this is Nolan's third cash since January.
He's even ahead of me on that now.
Nice ball with Kelly. And, he put it through the face again. I thought he was going to leave the big 4 again. Yeah. Yeah, he said at the beginning of the year, he says, I want to cash at least 3 times. That's my goal. I went, really? He goes, did you see the year I had last year? I said, yeah. So this is his third cash. So he's met his goal. So now he's got to up the stakes a little bit. All right. Johnny's actually grinding along with that split open really is not going to help.
Wow.
Oh, look at this. Poor Nolan. 69 in the 6th. He's in
I
deep
think
kimchi.
Nolan's checking out.
I don't know. He's got to stay in there. Ooh. Greek Church.
The way this shot is, it can change so fast.
Oh, sure.
And, I mean, Nolan and Carmen both bowled on the same pair in semis. And Carmen was struggling with trying to keep the ball on the right side all day. And it's more than anything for her, it's just more of a trust issue.
Yeah. Comes up late, leaves the 5-7 for Carmen Davis. Carmen and her husband Matthew finally bought a house, and I'm trying to remember where now. They were living in Aurora, and I know they're on Warner Place, but I can't remember if that's Aurora again or not. But they've been waiting a long time. Finally got their first place, so that's awesome. Good for them. And Matt's already signed up for the July event.
Yeah. I'm in it.
Yep. That's close. Nope, came up at the last minute. Just leaves the 6. Okay. Codell Charvat is not going away on 1 and 2. Even though Kelly looks like he's in command, Codell has just strung a double and gotten himself right back in the match. Meanwhile, Carmen throws a great shot, gets a nice strike.
Kelly got his strike for the foundation.
Yep,
That'll
that's
help
huge.
him. Yeah, that's a
huge.
big help.
And Codell's going to finish first, so we're going to see what's going on.
This one with Johnny's not over. He can get it real quick.
Yep. Low pocket 10 for Nolan. Ooh, Johnny, that was a good shot. He leaves a 10 also. So he's down 15 scratch is Johnny Capasso. And he's spotting Jason 3, so he's down 18. Nolan, will he get that? All right, he gets his 10 pin. Let's see. Oh, Codell left a 3 pin.
Uh-oh.
And he's okay.
All right, good.
All right. Well,
This angle kind of threw me.
Yeah, sometimes it's really difficult when we're not right behind him. Okay, so Codell's got 146 in the 8th, spare in the 9th. He can actually go sheet it for 196, which would give him 231. And Kelly, he's 80. Yeah, he's going to put the pressure on Kelly. Why not?
There we go.
All right. So there's his first one. That's a big one, 166.
Johnny
Can only get one
one
at a time, so that's what he did. So let's see if he can back it up, put some pressure on Mr. Lawson. Sit.
Nice.
Nice ball. See, that's the way this pattern breaks down, but it's pretty sweet. It's almost like the original Paris pattern. 47 feet, and you could get into about 18, and the ball would just sit there all day. You had such great bump on that pattern. So, of course, Craig Pager's the first time he's on and shoots 300 at Holiday.
Double.
Wow, here we go. He's going to make him think about
this
it.
He's going to have to push this one.
2-team. He's forced Kelly to double.
Yeah, he has.
Awesome.
If he gets the last one, he's 231 with handicap.
Yeah, exactly. And Mr. Schmidt. Ooh, through the face, leaves the 6-10. Very lucky. He's still up 13 and then 3 with the handicap. He's up 60.
230.
All right, strong finish by Codell Charvat. Shoots 230 plus 35. 265. I take that back. 195 and 35 for 230 with handicap. My fault. Wow, and there goes Kelly. So now if he goes 9 spare, he'll shoot 205 scratch and 19 for 224. So he must have this one.
He has to have this one here.
This one and count. All Carmen has to do is close frames, and she's doing a pretty good job right now. Will it get there? Absolutely.
Yeah, he drilled
what a
it.
crush shot.
Yeah, he just needs to stay behind the line.
He needs 6 pins. Yep. Shut up, Joe Stepniak.
Or Steve.
Yeah, really. Ah, girl, Carmen. Jason Schmidt, first ball in the 10th. Great shot. 77, 74. If he throws this one, he's going to lock out Johnny. All right, great finish by Kelly Lawson. 215 scratch, 234. Winds up winning a very close match. So Codell Charvat's going to go home tied for 6th, $150. There's Nolan. Nolan finally figures out lane 6. But unfortunately, he can only sheet it for 167. And he gets 38-205. Meanwhile, Miss Davis, she's already in the 2-teen with an open, so Carmen is going to advance, as is Kelly Lawson.
I think Nolan needs another drink.
He needs cocktail. Crossover. Nope, through the face. Big 4 again. Unfortunately, 3 huge splits, couple opens. But you know what? First time he's made the show in a long time. That's okay.
I think he's going to open the floodgates on it.
Yeah. He'll be all right. All right, nice finish by Jason Schmidt. 197 scratch, 227. 204. 231. Johnny can double with count and beat Jason Schmidt.
Yeah. Left side died.
right, first ball for Johnny. Ooh. That was a great shot. Wow, that's another 10 pin that he left that I really thought he had.
And that seems to be the secondary problem with this pattern, especially. A lot of 10 pins.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, Johnny's going to finish up. And best he can do now, 184 in count. 184 in handicap, I mean. Should 211. But Jason Schmidt's going to advance. So, our first round matches are over. Yep. And we'll give you the pairings when we come back. But now we're going to bring in our second seed, Will Reynolds Jr., who this weekend had the high scratch game of the tournament, 286, had the front 10, then left a split.
And he threw the ball real well today.
He really did. He really did. So we'll watch these two bowlers finish up, Johnny and Carmen. We'll take a short break, and we'll come back with round 2.
.228 with handicap.
Yeah. Carmen really bowled well, as did
227.
Jason. All right, folks, so we're going to step aside. Ken Bailey, Nicholas Sorsa here at Arapahoe Bowling Center. When we come back, we'll have round 2 matches of our top 8 format. Don't go anywhere. Come on back. It's going to get fun. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Sorsa, Ken Bailey here at Arapahoe Bowling Center. This is round 2 of our top 8 competition here with our champion today eventually getting $2,361. This is round 2, and on lanes 3 and 4 we have Kelly Lawson, our third seeded player, taking on Carmen Davis, who came in seeded number 5. They both won their first round matches. Kelly's going to lead. And then on 5 and 6 we have our second seed, Will Reynolds Jr. He's going to be taking on Jason Schmidt. That ought to be an interesting match too. So Will's going to lead off on lane 5. And Kelly will lead off on lane 3. Now, when this match is over, folks, when we come back, the 2 winners of these matches here will bowl each other. That gives them the opportunity to go against our tournament leader, Darrell Johnson. All right, good start. Gee, what a surprise there.
Yeah.
Kelly is on fire the last probably 2 months, I would say. And he went about 8 months where he couldn't hit his butt with a bullhorn. But that's the way bowling is.
Yeah.
When you finally get it figured out, it's sweet. When you don't get it figured out, it drives you crazy. And I can attest to that. And again, like I was telling you, Ken, Will had the high scratch game. Did it today at 286. And there is a guy, you know how people just bowl better in certain centers. You, of course, used to tear Broadmoor a new butt. I always did good, for whatever reason, at Monaco and Bellevue, believe it or not. Will Reynolds owns Heatheridge. He has got so many honor scores at Heatheridge, it's unbelievable. He just kills that place. I don't know what it is, but he feels so comfortable.
Well, I guess
and the sad part is we've only
been to Heatheridge.
Yeah, we've only been there once in the last 3-4 years now, and prior to that it was about 18.
Hey, yeah, I was going to say it was like 95 because I think it was the first Masters tournament when the Masters first came out.
Well, our first Masters was at Bolero in 95.
Was it?
Yeah.
I keep thinking it was.
Yeah, I have never run a tournament at Heatheridge until the summer a couple years ago.
Okay.
Prior to that, the original, when ABT first started in Denver with Gordon Abbott, Chuck Fenolio, they used to run tournaments at Heatheridge. But then Heatheridge just got completely packed, kind of like the way Arapahoe is getting.
Yeah, well, Monaco's getting
Monaco,
that way too.
and Monaco did a great remodel. It's a beautiful bowling center. You got Sean Lee over there.
Well, they did really well in that scratch tournament a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean's got his pro shop there, 10 Back Bowling Outfitters. Does a lot of coaching. Nice shot by Kelly. So Carmen went strike open, and Kelly doubled. But again, he's got a spotter.
Well, he's doing what he has to do
Yep,
right now.
39 pins. Yeah, and he's got to get out of the gate quick and try to make up as much of that handicap as he can. Ooh, Will Reynolds couldn't quite carry the 4 out. He is, that's a very close match also. Jason Schmidt gets 4 pins over Will Reynolds.
Oh, wow. he can put it wherever he wants.
Oh, the oil pattern. This week it was Dick Weber, which was one of the new modified PBA patterns, 45 feet. Next week we're going to be on Alcatraz, one of the Kegel Sport patterns, that's 38 feet. And a girl, Carmen. Just roll it up, make your spare. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, she gets in trouble when she just lays the ball down a little short and it just dives out.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, and then after that we get to go back to Centennial. See Don and Carol Langstead, great
That's
bowling
a center
center.
I love.
I agree with you, buddy. Centennial in Longmont is a great bowling center. 32 lanes, great staff. Looking forward to getting back there. They're just finishing up with the ladies state tournament right now.
Yeah, I think that was over last week.
Okay.
I think, yeah. Then, of
Nice
course, we
shot.
got state open championships. Right. They're starting next week.
That's Holiday and Zone Wheat Ridge. Of course, they take the week off when we're there for the big Memorial Day tournament, and that'll finish up the second week of June. That's a little bit better, Ken. Oh, no, there it goes again.
And of
yeah,
course,
you're right. It's got a lot of finish at the very end.
Yeah, she just needs to lay it out a little further out in the lane and just let it run.
But I tell you what, if she can get 9 spare every frame,
absolutely,
who cares? Yeah.
She's going to keep it on him,
sure.
That's for sure.
Oop, Light leaves a 2-8. Jason Schmidt, so he can't double. So that match remains pretty tight. And hold on. Let it go.
Got it, all right. Fair ball.
Very good. Yeah, must have. All right, 41 in the third. Kelly has a possible 90, though. So the handicap's going to go bye-bye here real quick. And Kelly can do that. Kelly's a jeweler for the Shane Company. And the store he works out of is at 104th. So the complete end of town.
Yeah.
We're down south and Kelly's up north. There he goes.
Smashed again.
Yep. 99 in the fourth. Carmen's possible 61 in the fourth. 38 pin difference. So he's now up 9 pins. So now, unfortunately, Carmen's got a bowl and scratch last 6 frames.
Yeah, I'm not liking the odds there.
But on the bright side, the worst she's going to do today is make $408. Come on, finish. All right, that's okay. 1-3. Easy spare. Meanwhile, both our gentlemen to our right, neither one can buy a double so far. Will's got an opportunity here. Nope. He goes high, leaves just a 3-pin.
It was Brooklyn for a strike on frame 4, and frame 5 he's high again. Just got to get that adjustment out.
Yeah.
Which I think for him, he just needs to move more left.
Ooh. Carmen gave it a little bit too much room, so she's open in the 5th. She's got 68. And Will, no problem with his spare, so he's got 76 in the 4th with a spare. And if Jason strikes, he's up 2 pins scratch. Come on.
There-
Hit it.
Close.
Good shot by Jason. Like I said, he's up 2 pin scratch on Will Reynolds, so he's up 6 with his handicap difference.
So is this where you're making your pick to click for the next
Good
one?
point. No, normally we make it right around here.
That's what I thought.
So the 5 people that we have to choose from, of course, we have Will Reynolds, Jason Schmidt, Carmen Davis, Kelly Lawson, and our tournament leader, Daryl, I'm never bringing my wife to bowling again, Johnson.
Yeah, I don't know if I can pick him. I don't know. That'd be a tough one.
Since you're the guest,
I don't want to be the one to give him the kiss of death, personally.
Well, you're the guest color commentator, so we're going to let you go first.
Boy, I got to go with Kelly.
Okay.
I got to.
Not bad. And I like your reasoning because he is absolutely locked right now. And let's see. Wow. All right, I'll go out there and I'll take on the big dog. I'll take Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, so you can get in trouble.
Yeah, well, hey, just keep heaping it on my shoulders. I'll be good.
Really.
See Mr. McCracken down there. I don't know if he's bowling with Ron Sierra in this Sunday Night Mixed League. They're just about finishing up. Nice size league. 24 teams, 4. All right. We've just been told that Daryl Johnson's wife is watching. So Daryl, I think, doesn't La Quinta have like a special on Sunday nights?
I think he's going to have to do a little better than Quinta.
Yeah.
Might have to do like the Isle of Capri.
Oh, yeah.
Ameristar.
Nice shot by Will Reynolds. Jason finally did get a double, Jason Schmidt, so he still has about a 1-mark lead. Carmen Davis, nice shot. Not a girl. All right, 86 in the 6th with a spare in the 7th. But unfortunately, Mr. Lawson is on a 279 pace. Ooh, there goes Kelly, or Jason. He liked that one. He didn't like the release, but he loved he loved the result. All right, Mr. Sledgester, sir, Mr. Producer.
I've been informed that Kelly's ball has been referred to has been named the Purple Monster.
Well, you got to go with that. Mr. Bailey has picked Mr. Lawson in our pick to click.
I got it smoothed out. Oh, he's got it smoothed out.
No, he doesn't. No, he's in serious trouble. And of course, I have Daryl Johnson if his wife doesn't kill him before he actually gets on the lane. So your choices.
Oh, wait a minute.
Are Mr. Reynolds?
I lost out on Daryl.
Oh yeah, I got him.
Yeah, he took him.
You have Mr. Reynolds, Mr. Schmidt, or Ms. Davis.
Ooh. I think I'm going to go with Jason.
Okay.
I'd say it'd be a good bet.
I think I'm going to go with Jason Schmidt.
Okay.
I was tempted with Will Reynolds.
You never know with Will. And you never know with Jason, really, because either one can start putting a bunch of strikes together.
Yeah, but you've been getting people in trouble today, Nick.
Well, duh, like that's different. How? Ken will tell you I've been doing that for 30-some years. Great shot. He's got such a look, yeah.
And he's got boards to play with.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's why, in a way, I was surprised that Gideon Spar did not make the cut this morning. Because he had a great look.
Yeah, he was one of those that just could not carry the corners.
Oh, okay.
And every time he would try to make an adjustment to carry the corner, then he'd leave a split.
Yeah.
Or he would leave 6-pin in his case.
All right, Kelly Lawson now in a 5-bagger. Will Reynolds just smoked the rack and left the 9. Which came at a very inopportune time and almost missed it. 153 in the 8th with a spare in the 9th, and meanwhile, Mr. Schmidt's on a 4-bagger. He can sheet it for 258. And the best Will can do is 203. So Mr. Schmidt's looking good. Oop! Oh, very lucky. He just left a 6. So the best Carmen can do right now is 163 scratch, which would give her 221 with handicap. And at this point, you got to figure that
It's still a good day for her.
Mr. Lawson will move on.
Yes.
Oh, nice shot, Carmen. Okay. So where do single men go that have been locked out of their house by their wives? I want to know that.
I was going to come stay with you.
Oh God, no.
I was going to say the doghouse, maybe.
You have a doghouse.
Yes, I got
I
one.
don't. See, he's got one.
I'll sell
and
it
he
to
lives
you
in
for
Arvada
cheap.
too. He'll only charge you.
We're not even that far away from each other.
I know. Yeah.
Your fault.
You know, Diana, he started the whole thing. I'm going to tell you that right now. We were innocent bystanders, and your husband just got really cocky. And I know it's going to cost him. You know, there's a good chance he's going to win today, hon, and make sure you get at least 70%.
Minimum. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. All right. Well, we got 2 bowlers here, Ken, that are just locked. And they're going
this
to
could
meet
be a
each
fun-
other, it looks like, in our semifinal match. This ought to be great.
$180 for Will.
A little disappointing, unfortunately, because he threw the ball really well this weekend.
Yeah.
Jason Schmidt with handicap, great game, 275. So Mr. Reynolds and Ms. Davis will go home. Tied for 4th. They'll each get $408.
Small chink in the armor for Kelly.
Yeah. All right, so when we come back, our 2 hottest players right now, Kelly Lawson and Jason Schmidt, are going to hook up in our semifinal match right here on lanes 3 and 4. And then the winner of that match is going to take on the used to be very happily married Daryl Johnson. And you'll see both of these matches in just a moment, folks. We're going to step aside for editing purposes. Again, you're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here at Arapahoe Bowl in Greenwood Village, Colorado. Come on back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Sorsa, Ken Bailey. We're here at Arapahoe Bowling Center in Greenwood Village. This is our semifinal match. Kelly Lawson of Westminster taking on Jason Schmidt of Denver. 2 hottest bowlers in the top 8 so far, and it's going to be a battle. Kelly Lawson is going to be spotting Jason 11 pins, and Kelly, being the higher seeded player, will start on the left lane and lead the match. And the winner of this match will have the right to take on our tournament leader, Daryl Johnson of Arvada. So let's see who's left. Looks like all of us. How about that? After 3 matches, or 2 matches,
Yep.
all 3 of the pick the clicks are still alive.
Yeah, this one's going to decide one right here.
Well, you know what it means. One of us is going to win.
Yes.
And that almost never happens. Wow. Kelly not getting a strike. I'm shocked. 3-5. Poor guy can only shoot 290 now.
That's all right. I'll take it.
Nice. No problem. All right. So Kelly's done his first frame. Jason Schmidt up. He'll do 2 at a time, starting on the right, going to the left. Again, he has an 11-pin advantage in handicap. And I would recommend that he not use it until late.
Try to extend it right now.
Yeah,
Would be the
exactly.
best thing.
Yeah. And actually, the 3 bowlers that we have here, Ken, they've been in the club for quite a while. Daryl, actually, I remember Daryl when he was a porter at Western Bowl.
Yes.
And that was late 80s, mid-late 80s. Jason's been with us for at least, I'd say at least 12 years, maybe 15. And Kelly, of course, has been with us for a long time. So,
Maybe.
ooh, that was a good try.
Really close.
Unfortunately, he decided to use all 11 pins almost
On the first shot.
in
Yeah.
first frame. While we have a moment here, folks, one of our regular listeners, the Irish Pogie, unfortunately, he's going to see whether or not he's got to deal with prostate cancer. We'll know more in a week or so. And I think he keeps in touch with Nolan on Facebook pretty much, and we'll make sure that Nolan keeps you posted. And the Pokester, we're thinking about you, buddy. Thanks for watching, and we wish you the best. And also, it was nice to see the Pope. Pope showed up yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Critical mistakes. Can't do that.
This looks
to
like a Scott curse.
It is. It's a producer-induced curse is what it is. But again, the Pope, Chuck Bazemore, he's been battling cancer, and actually his cancer is in remission, but he's had some lung issues.
Well, he had gallbladder surgery.
And then
here.
he just removed his gallbladder last week. But he came in, of course, he's lost some weight. But you know why? He's getting back to Pope status because now the beard's growing back in. So people don't look at him and go, where do I know you from?
It's a little hard to see you into the mask, though.
Yeah, really. But
He's getting there slowly.
He is. That's cool.
And now Roadkill's got knee problem
Yeah,
again.
but he's had knee problems as long as you've had knee problems.
Yeah, but he thinks he's torn something good this time. Won't know that till tomorrow, for sure. And, of course, I have to bowl this next weekend in state with him.
Perfect.
So, very possible I'm probably going to have to find somebody else.
What is the name of your team? The Knee Knockers or something? What?
Yeah. Should be just
Pneumonia?
pneumonia, yeah.
Look at this lead, buddy. How about the 6, 7, 8?
That's unreal.
Wow. And he gets 2 though.
Yeah. I don't know that I would have went for it that
Well,
way.
hey,
But, yeah, get 2.
he's the boss.
I mean, you've already got your lead. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Jason's got to at least double here to get back in the match. Oh, boy.
Wow.
2, 4, 10. The only nice thing about that is he did get the 8 out, so this is a makeable split. He went from being focused to right now he looks like he's completely lost.
I would say between the two of them.
Nice. Ooh, I thought he covered it. So unfortunately, Mr. Schmidt, 3
it's
consecutive opens.
Turned into nerves.
Yeah.
I think
It's
they've
getting
seen
close.
how each of them bowled in the last game, and they're like, okay, I got to push it a little bit. And they're killing themselves doing it. Much better. Much better shot. A little high, but still. Rev rate carry, perfect. So did you see where they're actually doing these ball changes starting
I have
in August?
I've heard a couple of pro shop guys talk about it. You're not going to. Every hole that is drilled in the ball must be used as far as fingers are concerned.
Right, you're not going
Fingers
to be
of
allowed
thumb.
any type of balance hole
Right.
or weight
No balance
hole.
hole, no weight, no leverage
Yeah.
hole at all. Because the 1 ounce maximum
Is going
is
to
going
3.
away. It's going to 3.
Yeah.
So, and that was with that test that Storm and
Right.
Brunswick and Rotogrip, their AMF did a couple of years ago. They basically drilled every bowling ball that was in the market and drilled it every possible way you could do it. And the robots did their thing, and they compiled data after data after data after data. And again, what they said was, as long as the ball wasn't over 16 pounds, it meant absolutely nothing how the ball was drilled. Which made me jump up and down because now my dodo scale has a lot of dust on it, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Because that was brutal.
Yeah, but
Sunday
now they're
morning.
going after oil absorption rate.
Yeah,
It's like, wow.
But that's a manufacturer thing that could be easily taken care of. I'm not worried about that.
I don't understand how they're going to actually measure it.
Well, we'll
'Cause
see.
Everything has to do with how many minutes. And that just doesn't make
I
any
don't know.
sense to me how they're doing it.
Well, honestly, and we're hearing bits and pieces of this stuff, and as it becomes more readily available, we'll really take a look at it and see exactly what it's going to do. But that takes effect January 1st of 2019, if I'm mistaken.
The oil absorption rate is by August 1st of this year.
Okay.
By 2020, August of 2020, the balance holes in that have to be plugged or, yeah.
But then there was
Taken
also
away.
a thing I heard about, something about grandfathering other equipment that's already been.
On the oil absorption. But as far as balance holes in that, if you have balance holes in your ball, they have to be plugged by August of 2020.
Yeah. And most of us, we go through bowling balls like
Yeah.
every 3-4
Yeah,
months. So
you
by that
probably won't
point,
even
we
see
won't even
anything.
see them yet. Yeah, that'll be long gone. It'll be in my garage or it'll be down the pike.
And I've been going so much just more symmetrical equipment anyways without a balance hole, so it's helping.
It is
Slowly.
It's because the game's getting out of hand, and we need to level the playing field, so to speak. And hopefully, this is what USBC is trying to do. And poor Jason Schmidt, baby split, and he is completely lost. I'm gonna pull in Nolan. I'm gonna go. This match is over. As Nolan said, he's 887-1, and the one time he lost was because he bet against himself. But Mr. Schmidt is doing everything he can to break 100.
He just got his first pair.
There we go. And Mr. Lawson is on a 250 pace. All right, 3 frames left in our semifinal match, and Jason's just trying to get out of the way. Oh, look at this. Oh, he almost kicked out the 4-9. And that's just his luck. But you know what? He had a great weekend. He threw the ball very well. And he's very streaky. And there's another master player that he really struggled, and now he's back down in the Classic. And it's funny, the minute that happens, for most of them, psychologically, they relax. And now maybe by the time he gets to his next block, he'll be back in the Masters again. Because I call them fence riders. They're when they're bowling bad, they're shooting 85,
Yep.
and when they're bowling good, they're shooting deuce. And it happens. Ooh, got lucky there. And examples would be like Rick Honstein. Of course, now Rick, to his credit, he's been so busy working that he really hasn't had a chance to bowl a lot of this stuff anymore. But Darrell Johnson.
Yeah, Darrell.
Darrell has had a horrible year and a half.
Nolan. Myself.
Nolan has been 3 years, and he knows it.
Well, that's been 2 for me.
Yeah. And it's like any bowler, the adage used to be all of us get into zones. The only difference between us and really good bowlers is our zones don't last quite as long as theirs do.
Our downside lasts a lot longer.
Yeah, but that's okay. So, people go, how can this guy do this, and that, but they don't see him every week.
Well, and I think a lot of it, too, is just your physical ability changes.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
My ball speed's down probably 3 miles an hour from where it was 5 years ago.
Oh, sure. And then the other thing is weight changes. You lose or gain 10 pounds, your span on your hand is completely done. You got to plug them, re-drill them, whatever. A lot of people don't realize that.
Well, and equipment.
Yeah.
The way this equipment changes.
Yeah.
It's not like the old days where you could take a urethane ball and just
Or a rubber ball.
do whatever
or a
you
plastic
wanted.
ball.
Yeah. Nowadays, everything wants to hook right out of your hand.
Absolutely. It's funny, the like I said, and I've said this before, the year that me, you, and Aaron Howard are bowling a sport league, and we get on a 32-foot pattern, and this pattern, literally, the ball hooks in your hand. So and we bowled on it for 7 weeks, I believe, and we're just dying. I think I broke 500 twice in 7 weeks. This thing's just hooking. and I can't find anything in my, if you want to call it an arsenal, of anything I can get down the lane.
You pull that helix out.
Yeah, I pulled the famous garage ball out, and we're bowling Mellinger, and I got the front 9 at Broadmoor. But the killer on that 32-footer was we're at Holiday, and I'm dying. I just can't get the ball right. So I said, you know what? I think I know. I got the ball. I tell you and Aaron, I got the ball. So I'm all psyched up. I pull out my old bleeder, my Columbia Yellow Dot, and that which years ago was a monster, and it made me all kinds of money. And I said, I think this will be perfect. So we get into practice, and I pull out what I normally use, and the ball hooks in my hand.
Yep.
Barely get the 7-pin. And so I look at you and I smile and I pull out the yellow dot, and the ball went 60 feet. It never moved the board.
Flickered.
So now I look at her and I go, I got a ball that hooks in my hand. I have a ball that don't hook at all. I am in deep doo-doo. We're all laughing. It's amazing the way they've changed the oils, what they've done, how it affects, and of course the surface, but how it affected bowling balls that in the 70s and 80s were monsters are now spare balls, basically, if you still got them. But for me to watch that ball not hook a board was unbelievable. Meanwhile, as we noted, Mr. Lawson just kind of cruised, and he wins 217 to 174 at handicap. Jason Schmidt's going to go home in third place, but he takes home $715. So when we come back, folks, championship match time. Kelly Lawson against Darrell Johnson. Kelly from Westminster, Darrell from Arvada. And you're going to see it right here. So come on back. We'll be just a few minutes, and you're going to like this match. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Sorsa, Ken Bailey, producer Scott Sledgester here at Arapahoe Bowling Center in Greenwood Village. Our championship match today will feature two gentlemen. One is incredibly hot, and the other one is trying to get back to where he's been. He's been in a little bit of a slump, so be interesting to see what happens. The loser of this match gets $1,230. Our winner today, $2,361. You're looking at Kelly Lawson of Westminster, our tournament leader, Darrell Johnson of Arvada, and Darrell's elected to have Kelly lead the match. So shake hands, and those two guys will get it on, and we're going to rock and roll. And Darrell is my pick to click, Diana. And Mr. Bailey has taken Kelly Lawson. And, of course, Scott is toast. He did the kiss of death on Jason Schmidt. But and a very relatively close handicap situation. 12 pins. Kelly's going to spot Darrell.
Wow. Oh, my Lord.
You think?
How can
Area
you?
check. And carry on top of it. All right.
Stick, throw the ball in the gutter, and bring it back and strike.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Have a nice day.
I wouldn't recommend that for learn to bowl, no.
No.
Boom. Oh, and he can't get the 10 out. Almost at a front back. 6-pin went front, back. Again, it's funny, you and I have known Darrell for a long time when you think about, because we, both that Pioneer League for years at Western, and Darrell started out as basically a porter and then went to work the counter. And John Johnson the same way for a while.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can get lined up here and get some strikes going. That looks pretty good. Sit. Nice. Yep. He liked it. You got that hold in there, and a lot of the righties weren't taking advantage of that.
Weren't getting deep enough.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's playing right in it.
Yep.
And then the lone left-hander. pretty much anywhere from about the ditch to the 10.
Yeah. With the urethane ball. And hitting about 3. Bang.
Yeah.
Just sweet. See how it rolls up real nice. No over-under. Ball just shapes up real nice and crushes the pocket.
Yeah, I threw a urethane ball, and that was like straight as an arrow. Never even thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I just don't have that kind of hand.
No. Yeah, and of course, and he doesn't use his thumb either. I tried that once, and I thought I ripped everything I had. I said, no, I can't do this. I don't have that. Now, that was inside, and it don't matter. The only thing is you don't care.
7-pin, sorry.
Yep, 7-pin. And only because he was about 5 or 6 right of where the first two were. Still hit the pocket, though, which is scary. So it looks like that. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Uh-oh. I think is that his first Open all day?
No.
No.
Last match.
Oh, okay.
Last match.
Okay.
I think he had 2 Opens in the last match, if I believe.
Here's a great opportunity for Darrell. And first thing Darrell says to me when he's practicing, he goes, my wife wants to know if I win today, will I be back in the Masters? I start laughing.
That's what he told me when he was getting done with the semis. He goes, well, back to the Masters for me.
Yeah. Well, if you remember years ago, that happened to you.
Yeah.
You dropped down in the Classic. So what's he do? The very first tournament that he's a Classic bowler, he wins, and he goes right back up to the Masters.
I was a Classic bowler for a total of
1
15
week?
hours.
Yeah, whatever, yeah. It was kind of funny.
Walked
and who says
in.
this game isn't mental?
Yeah.
All right, trying to go for 3 in a row here. He's not afraid to bump it.
Wow.
Yes! Joe Stepniak-like. Oh, my goodness. He is playing this pattern perfectly right now.
Yep.
And Kelly's just being left-handed, which is perfect.
Well, yeah, and he's got that because
yeah.
not a lot of people have been out there.
Again, when he's inside just a bit, angle changes, doesn't carry 7.
Unless he brings it further in. Because I've seen him inside 10 a couple of times where he just crushed it.
Well, when he's wheeling it out to 1 and 2, he's carrying the world. This time he makes it, no problem. All right, so double open spare for Kelly Lawson. And neither of these bowlers take much time, folks, because we're already halfway through our championship match. Oh, he liked it. He liked it. Right back on the strike train.
It almost looks like he firmed up on it a little more.
And, you know, realistically, Carol Jones is probably watching in Florida. She's taking some time off. She took Mrs. Vitko with her. I think they'll be down there for 2 weeks. Come back with a nice tan, and it'll just torque everybody off, you know. Richard is bowling nationals up in Syracuse. So Mama says, yeah, let's go to Florida. We'll have a girl thing. So Kayla and Carol are in Florida, and hopefully ladies are doing well.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to Syracuse this year. Not so much for the bowling, though. I think more towards Cooperstown.
Yeah,
that's where I want to go.
Yeah, you and I are alike. We're both big baseball fans. We always have been our whole lives, and that's like you go there. That's you know, yeah. I could probably spend a week inside that and just absorbing all the history and all the statues and all the information. I'd love to go to Cooperstown. Ooh, a rare error leaves the 2. And it seems like a great little town, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't even, from what I understand, you don't even drive into that town. You actually are you actually park outside of the town, and then they have a trolley that takes you in
that's cool.
there.
That's even better.
Yeah.
That's neat.
And from what I've been hearing about nationals, anyways, it's just oil, a lot of oil.
Which for most of us mortals means get lucky in a couple brackets and get out of town as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Let the high rev rate boys have at it. There he goes. You know what it is?
Yeah, I think I think I'm going to call this.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? This is his way of trying to get back in the good graces of his wife.
It's either that or he's trying to stick it to me right now because I didn't pick him.
Okay.
It's one of the two. Either way, he's really throwing the ball
he's
well.
throwing the ball really good. And when he gets in trouble, it's really not that his game changes much as all of a sudden he can't make a spare or he can't read what he's bowling on, and his self-confidence just goes right to the floor.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's just all confidence with him.
Yeah.
And I can completely see it every time.
Sure. Body language says it all. Hold. Nice. God. This could be one of the fastest finals matches in the history of bowling. So right now, Kelly Lawson, if he sheets it, he can shoot 237.
I was going to say the only one that's faster than him is I can't think of his name now. It was right on the tip of my tongue. Throws Mach 2.
Oh,
you know what?
The Guam Bomb.
Yeah, the Guam
Keith
Bomb.
Guerrero.
Yep.
Yeah, and he didn't. He actually did. He bowled this weekend and did not make the cut. I was surprised. But his team did win the NFL Scratch League.
Yeah.
So it was all the money that he had on him was weighing him down, throwing his balance off. Wow, on a rare open. This is it, folks. I'm telling you. Kelly Lawson didn't bowl badly, but when you're up against a guy that's got spare 7-bagger and you're spotting them pins,
And hasn't he had an inkling of him missing yet?
Yeah.
Boom again.
Absolutely right. So you're seeing it here, folks. Darrell Johnson, Varvada, just west of Denver. Absolute monster.
Class is in session.
Yeah. Tournament leader through the semis. Shot 136 over for 3. Followed closely by Will Reynolds, and then continued domination here in the championship match against Kelly Lawson. And Kelly has just been on fire for the last 2-3 months, so ain't going to hurt Kelly's feelings too much. Sit. Great shot. Well, he throws one more. He'll take over the high scratch game of the tournament, and it's a good time to do it.
Yeah. It didn't need the, 150, something like that for high game? Or 75 or something like that?
It was 286, actually.
Really?
And
Wow.
then Will Reynolds shot 286 scratch to go to 312, but unfortunately wasn't prepaid or life as far as the prepaid game was. Look at this. Oh, I think he did that on purpose.
He just didn't want the 11 row.
270 something.
Didn't want to have to deal with paperwork.
Well, you know what he did? He was trying to be nice to Kelly, so the next time they meet, Kelly just doesn't stick it to him big time. Let's see if he can make the 479.
Maybe. No.
Excellent. 276 scratch, folks. 307.
And yes, master.
Diana, he's back with the big boys.
Yep, back with the big boys.
Yeah, we kicked him down into the minors
Yeah.
for a little tweaking.
Get ready for Broadmoor. Go down to the Broadmoor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That'd be about the only way you can save it.
Yep.
Although
Go
I
down
did
there.
tell him I got a doghouse for sale.
Ooh. 182 and 19, 201. So he wins by 106 pins. That was relatively close. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us. When we come back, we'll have a talk with Mr. Johnson. We still have to give him garbage. You know how we are. So Darrell Johnson of Arvada is your winner, taking home $2,361. Kelly Lawson of Westminster will take second place, $1,230. And again, we're at Arapahoe Bowling Center in Greenwood Village, just south of Denver. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Sorsa with new ABT champion Darrell Johnson of Arvada, Colorado, just west of Denver. And to say you've been struggling for the last year
and a half.
It's been, and a bunch of you have. I mean, Ken, who was just here doing the color for the show, really struggling right now.
Yep.
Nolan, really struggling.
Yep. It's good to see Nolan in the finals, though.
Yes.
Yep.
And you know how long it's been? He hasn't won in 5 years.
Okay.
And I think that was the first time in 3 years that he actually made the top 8.
Okay.
So, you take baby steps. He didn't bowl well. He wasn't happy, but you know what? He got here. That's all that counts. And to you, the same thing. You more or less, I attribute basically to confidence.
I had it today. I had confidence today. I went back to my IQ Tour Nano, which I haven't used in a year and a half.
But that's your go-to ball.
Yep.
That's the ball that gets you out of your funks. For years ago, I had a El Nino Wrath.
Yep.
Okay? If I was bowling like garbage, I would grab that ball and go practice, and all of a sudden everything flowed. I went, how do you do that? So you can't get rid of it.
Nope.
You just can't.
I pulled that ball out 3 weeks ago in league. Shot 783 with it. And now this. So,
shake that off, 783.
I don't know. I need to shoot myself in the head for putting it away, I guess.
Well, when you're bowling bad, you'll try to shoot, and you'll miss.
Yeah.
But Diana, I think let him out of doghouse, sweetie.
Yeah, this one was for you, Diana. I love you.
Here we go. Oh boy,
I told you before I left I was going to win this for you, so I did.
I'm going to be nice. I really am.
And that was all Nick's doing.
Oh, wow. I don't know. Diana, don't believe him?
It has to be.
Yeah, really. So third title.
Yep.
And again, the biggest thing now is, and Ken and I talked about it, though years ago Ken had an issue where he was really struggling, and I finally dropped him down to Classic.
Yep.
So what's he do the very first week? He wins and he goes right back
He didn't
up.
even last 24 hours.
I know. Yeah. So we're laughing about that, and not so much you, but once you went down, it seemed like you started to relax a little bit, and and I laugh. I tell people, we send them down to the minors, we get them fixed, and then we bring them back. But you threw the ball as well as you are capable of throwing it. You played the shot exactly the way you're supposed to play it.
That was the best I've thrown the ball all day on that last game.
Yeah. I mean, you lit it up in the semis. I mean, 136 over for 3 was awesome, and then just come out here and almost shoot the high game of the tournament. Will Reynolds had 286. You have 276. Yep. And it's nice to do in a championship match, especially against a hot bowler in Kelly Lawson, who's been white hot the last 3 months. He really has. He's been throwing the ball
He missed
great.
that pin in the third frame, and I just said, I got to jump on that.
And we talked about it. Yeah. I said, if you're going to do it, you got to do it now because Kelly could just as easily throw it to that.
He could go off the sheet.
Yes, very, very true.
Yep.
All right, so.
Okay.
I don't know if you're in the doghouse or not. We're going to have to follow up on this, folks, to see if he's got
I think
bite
when I
marks
hand her
or
the
something.
check, it'll make up for it.
Yeah. It's going to be an expensive situation for you. Which one are you going to hand her?
I'll give her both.
Ah, that's better. Well, you are really kissing up now, boy. You are in so much trouble.
I'll have to watch this back and see how much trouble I'm in.
Really?
Maybe I'll do that before I go home.
Oh, fair enough. Who does your stuff?
Sean Lee does a lot of it. I do some of my own.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see. That ball, that is actually one of the first balls Sean drilled for me.
Excellent.
So.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, you had gotten that when I had hurt my wrist, and we were up at Cold Creek bowling the ABT League.
Yep.
And you were throwing a ball great, and then I find out our spans are almost identical, and I threw it a couple of times and went, ooh, I like
Which
this.
I've shortened just a tad on mine.
Yeah, of course. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us. Don't forget, next week we're at AMF Littleton. We're going to be on Alcatraz, a Kegel sport pattern, and then after that we go back to one of our newer stops, Centennial Lanes in Longmont, north of Denver, and then it's time for the national events. Yep. National doubles here at Arapahoe, national singles, Memorial Day weekend at Brunswick Zone, Wheat Ridge, $20,000 first place.
$5,000 for our doubles. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great summer here, folks. Again, if you're an active member, you can bowl. It's a national tournament. Get a hold of National Director Myron Mitchell, or email him, or just give me a call, email me in the Denver branch, and we'll get you hooked up. So on behalf of new champion Darrell Johnson, I'm Nick Lasorsa, producer Scott Sledgester. Have a great week, folks, and we'll see you at Littleton next week.